Good morning. I'm Devasena. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about signal flow graph theory. This topic is present in the subject control systems. Signal flow graph. A signal flow graph is a graphical representation of the relationship between the variables of a set of linear algebraic equations. A signal flow graph is a diagram which represents a set of simultaneous equations. It consists of line network in which various nodes are connected by means of directed lines called branches. Signal flow graphs are particularly useful for feedback control systems because feedback theory is primarily concerned with the flow and processing of signals in systems. Need for signal flow graph. Block diagrams are very successful for representing control systems. But for complicated systems, the block diagram reduction process is tedious and time consuming. So, signal flow graphs are needed which does not require any reduction process because of availability of a flow graph formula which relates the input and output system variables. Properties of signal flow graph. A branch indicates the functional dependence of one signal upon another. A signal passes only in the direction specified by the arrow of the branch. A node adds all signals of all incoming branches and transmit this sum to all outgoing branches. This is known as additive rule. A mixed node which has both incoming and outgoing branches may be treated as an output node by adding an output branch of unity gain. For a system, a signal flow graph is not unique. Signal flow graph terms representation is shown below. Here is a representation of a signal flow graph. A signal flow graph comprises of input node, output node, chain node, path, forward path, loop. Then we'll be having a branches. These details we'll discuss in the further slides. The representation of linear equation by block diagram as well as signal flow graph. Let us take an example of equation y is equal to k into x. This equation can be expressed with block diagram as below. This is the block diagram representation for the given equation y is equal to kx. Here x is your input variable, y is your output variable. The input variable is applied on the process in order to obtain the output variable y, that is equal to k into x. The same equation can be represented by signal flow graph where x is input variable node and a is the transmittance of the branch connecting directly these two nodes as shown below here. So here a is the transmittance that is indicated in the signal flow graph. Rules for drawing the signal flow graph. The signal always travels along the branch towards the direction of indicated arrow in the branch. The output signal of the branch is the product of transmittance and input signal of the branch. Input signal at a node is summation of all the signals entering at that node. Signals propagate through all of the branches. Signal flow graph definitions. Nodes. Node is the point which represents a variable or signal. And this is the representation of a signal flow graph. The nodes are classified as source nodes or input nodes, sync nodes or output nodes, and mixer nodes or general nodes. And this is indicated in the signal flow graph. Definition for nodes continued. Here is a representation of a input node, output node and mixed node. Source nodes or input nodes. These represents the independent variables and have only outgoing branches. Sync nodes. These represent the dependent variable and have only incoming branches. Mixed nodes. It is a node which has both incoming and outgoing branches. So these nodes are represented in the given signal flow graph. Definitions: path, forward path. Path. It is a journey from one node to any other node in the direction of branch arrows. Forward path. This is the representation of a forward path. It is a journey traversed from input node to an output node in any possible manner without crossing any node more than once. Here's another representation of a forward path. A system may have more than one forward path. Loop, non-touching loop definitions. Loop. It is a closed path. Loop gain is the product of the branch gains of the loop. Here is a representation. Non-touching loop. Loops are said to be non-touching if they do not possess any common nodes. Here is a representation of non-touching loops. In this diagram, the loop L1 is having a gain G2 of s, H1 of s, and loop 2 is having a gain G4 of s into H2 of s. The loop L1 and loop L2 are said to be non-touching because in this diagram the two loops are not having any common nodes. That is why it is called as non-touching loop. Self-loop definition. Self-loop. A path starting from one node and terminating at same node without crossing any other node even once. This is the representation of the self-loop. Here in this loop we are having only one node. The loop originates at same node and it also terminates at the same node. That is why it is called as self-loop. Mason's gain formula. A technique to reduce a signal flow graph to a single transfer function requires the applications of Mason's gain formula. The transfer function C of s by R of s of a system represented by a signal flow graph is G of s is equal to C of s by R of s, that is equal to summation 1 to k f suffix k into delta suffix k divided by delta. Transfer function G of s is equal to C of s by R of s, that is equal to summation 1 to k f suffix k into delta suffix k divided by delta. This is the Mason's gain formula, where k is the number of forward path, f suffix k is equal to the kth forward path gain, delta suffix k is equal to value of delta after eliminating the loops which touch the kth forward path. Determinant of the graph is delta, so the value of delta is equal to 1 minus sum of p suffix m1 plus sum of p suffix m2 minus sum of p suffix m3 plus so on. Sum of p suffix m1 is equal to sum of individual loop gains taking once at a time. Sum of p suffix m2 is equal to sum of gain products of all possible combinations of two non-touching loops. Sum of p suffix m3 is equal to sum of gain products of all possible combinations of three non-touching loops. Signal flow graph solved problems. Problem 1. Find the closed loop transfer function C of s by R of s for the signal flow graph shown below. This is the signal flow graph. For this signal flow graph, we have to find the transfer function C of s by R of s. The input R of s is having a gain of 1. This is applied to the summing point S1. From the summing point S1, the signal is applied to summing point S2, which is having a gain of 1. The signal coming from the summing point S2 is applied to the takeoff point T1, which is having a gain of G1, G4. The signal from the T1 is applied to summing point S3, which is having a gain of G2. And from the takeoff point T1, another signal is taken that is applied to summing point S2, which is having a feedback value of minus H1. And from the takeoff point T1, another signal is taken, that is G3 signal is taken, that G3 signal is applied to summing point S3. The signal from the summing point S3 is having a gain of 1, that is applied to the takeoff point T2. And from the takeoff point T2, the signal that is applied to the output, which is having a gain of 1. From the takeoff point T2, another signal is taken, which is having a feedback value of minus H2, that is applied to the summing point S1. For this signal flow graph, we have to determine the closed loop transfer function C of s by R of s. Identifying forward path gains for this problem. By Mason's gain formula, the transfer function is C of s by R of s is equal to sum of 1 to k fk delta k by delta. Here, in some textbooks, the Mason's gain formula is also be represented as C of s by R of s, that is equal to sum of 1 to k pk delta k divided by delta. This f suffix k and p suffix k both represents the forward path gains. Forward paths for this problem. Forward path 1. F1 is equal to G1, G4, G2. This is the representation of the forward path 1. Forward path 2. F2 is equal to G1, G4 and G3. This is indicated as shown below. Identifying individual loop gains for this problem. Sum of p suffix m1, that is individual loop gains. P suffix 11 is equal to minus G1 G4 H1. This loop is indicated as here. The second loop P suffix 21 is equal to minus G1 G4 G2 H2. This loop is indicated here. The third loop is P suffix 31, that is equal to minus G1 G4 G3 H2. The individual loop is indicated here. In general, loop is considered to be a path, a closed path. The signal starts from this particular node and it terminates at the same node. Here, in this problem, we are having three individual loops. Identifying two non-touching loops for this problem. Sum of two non-touching loop gain products. It can be easily identified from individual loop gains. Select combination of two loops which do not have in common. Just multiply the loop gain of the combination. Similarly, identify all possible combination of two non-touching loops and sum up all gain products. In this problem, we do not have any non-touching loops. So, sum of p suffix m2 is equal to 0. Similarly, we do not have any three non-touching loops. So, sum of p suffix m3 is also 0. Calculating delta suffix k and delta for this problem 1. First, we find delta suffix k. Delta suffix 1 is equal to 1 because all the loops touch the forward path 1. So, the value of delta 1 is equal to 1. Similarly, delta suffix 2 is equal to 1 because all loops touch the forward path f2. So, we cannot eliminate the loops. Therefore, the value of delta 1 is equal to 1 and delta 2 is equal to 1 for this problem. Now, we have to determine the determinant of the graph delta. Delta for this problem is delta is equal to 1 minus sum of p suffix m1 because in this problem we have the individual loops only. We do not have two non-touching loops and three non-touching loops. Therefore, we can calculate the value of delta as 1 minus sum of p suffix m1 itself. The value of delta is equal to 1 minus open bracket the sum of individual loop gains. That is, in this problem we have three individual loops. The value of individual loop gains has to be summed. That is, we have to add p suffix 11 plus p suffix 21 plus p suffix 31. So, the value of delta is equal to 1 minus open bracket. Substitute the value of p suffix 11. Its value is minus g1 g4 h1 plus substitute the value of p suffix 21. Its value is minus g1 g4 g2 h2 plus substitute the value of p suffix 31. Its value is minus g1 g4 g3 h2. Close the bracket. Therefore, the value of delta for this problem is 1 plus g1 g4 h1 plus g1 g4 g2 h2 plus g1 g4 g3 h2 because in the above equation we have taken minus is common and it is being get outside of the bracket. In the outside of the bracket already we have a minus, so minus into minus it's plus. Therefore, the value of delta is equal to 1 plus g1 g4 h1 plus g1 g4 g2 h2 plus g1 g4 g3 h2. Determining transfer function using Mason's gain formula. Transfer function CFS by RFS is equal to F1 delta 1 plus F2 delta 2 divided by delta because in this problem we have two forward paths only. The forward path F1 and F2. For the corresponding forward path, we have calculated the value of delta 1 and delta. Therefore, we have to calculate the transfer function for these two forward paths. And the transfer function value is CFS by RFS, that is equal to F1 delta 1 plus F2 delta 2 divided by delta. That is, we have to substitute the values of F1 delta 1, F2 delta 2 and delta in the above equation. We get open bracket g1 g4 g2 into 1 plus g1 g4 g3 into 1 close bracket the whole divided by 1 plus g1 g4 h1 plus g1 g4 g2 h2 plus g1 g4 g3 h2. This is the answer for this problem. Thank you very much for listening this lecture. For further updates, kindly subscribe this channel. If you like this video means you can share this video to your friends.